And then even speaking to Brian, because like we haven't done an interview in maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So like Brian's itching to do. I'm itching to do this. Like this is a good breakaway from.
You guys are funny, bro, because you're wearing the United top.
Dude, you know what? Same for the podcast.
And I'm sorry. Y'all should have told me I would have brought my
It should have been a jersey night.
Yeah, this is the other podcast. We're ready to go. We're ready to go.
This is the Real Melbourne podcast, the central point of this beautiful city's culture. I'm Alex Dickinson.
And I'm Brian Hughes. Welcome to episode 56, I think, of the Real Melbourne podcast. We've lost count, haven't we?
Yeah, we really have. But, depending on if we're uploading the other episode. Huh?
Exactly. But anyway, we have one of the best upcoming rappers in the scene. He's come from all across the world to come and bless us with his music. We got my man Rydah. What's going on?
What's going on, lads? How you doing?
Thank you for coming through.
Easy, bro. Anytime.
Bro, we appreciated the UK in the building, so we're like, we're going to wear some jerseys, bro. Unintentionally.
Y'all should have told me I would have brought my City jersey and put y'all to shame, bro.
Damn.
So you're Man City then?
I'm a Man City fan, bro.
There we go, yeah.
Fan.
That makes sense because you're cool with female and all them, huh?
Bro, where I grew up, like, we're divided red and blue, and the Man City Stadium is about a 10-15 minute drive from where I'm from. But as a kid, most of the kids supported Man United, so I was like the odd one out in school, getting bullied and that when I was a little youngin'. Yeah. But then we started.
What made you pick City?
Bro, it's closer to my house, and the underdogs, and I'm an underdog myself. I've always been an underdog, music, sport, whatever. But it's just more passion on the blue side of Manchester. Because we hadn't had the luxury of having trophies and a major extensive history of competing. So seeing the transition was just beautiful, from going from obviously main road to the City of Manchester Stadium and then getting trophies and winning the league. Obviously we thrashed United. You know what I'm saying?
Let's save that for another podcast.
I'm a City guy, man.
It's already trashing me. It's already trashing my team.
Why are you gonna have it tonight? I'm telling you.
I love a bit of friendly competition. Right. This guy's not even in the competition.
No, I'm not even in the conversation.
Stay away.
Yeah.
Stay at the back, bro. Yeah. But anyway, thanks for joining us, man.
Anytime, bro.
We've been into your music for a while now. We know you're a tough man. You get around. You know how tough man to pin down. Pause. But yeah, man, we're glad you're here, and we're just waiting for more music, bro. You made some crazy music. I know Alex has some questions he wants to ask about. You know, this type of scene you want to get into, but how have you been going making music through in the last year when it's been a bit?
Obviously it was turbulent for everybody. Every artist who didn't have a home set up was struggling at one point. For me, I couldn't get to my regular studio, which was at the time Swish's crib, and but he was telling me from day, you gotta set up a studio at your crib, gotta do it. I'm just one of them guys that I'll stick to rapping. I let people make the beats and have the studios, and I'll just rap. I'm the pensman, you get me? So I eventually went out and bought all the stuff set up, and then that's where I recorded all the drops that you've been hearing lately. They're all from my own crib, innit? And I was lucky enough to run into a kid called Ahoka who lives quite close to me, and he's a dope engineer and producer. So me and him have been linking up on the records. He's coming over, he's recording it, I'm recording it, we're working together, I'm putting it out under Rydah. So I was quite fortunate to get my role on. And
does that link into the new business that you're promoting?
It does.
There we go.
Give me a little bit of time. Obviously, like I would say I'm seasoned in it. Like seasoned in the sense of I've been around music my whole life, and I'm getting older, and it's for me an enjoyment thing. I enjoy music. I don't just enjoy rapping. I enjoy all elements of music, and I want to sort of transition into bringing through a new wave of artists, and eventually I want to get into like label management or being an A&R. But I've started. Me and my boy Ahoka, we're opening a recording studio, and it's going to be production, music writing workshop. It's going to be mixing and mastering services and also recording. And that's West End Recordings, by the way, guys. If you don't want to come get a booking, slide through. So we're doing that. That's the new little venture that we're doing. So obviously still got my career on the side, making my music whenever I want, however I want. But I'm going to run West End Recordings as a business, a strategically run business.
Yeah, and a decent location for artists to get to?
Yeah, man, it's in Maidstone. It's close. Yeah, it's close. Nice. We're good, man. Yeah. We're there. I've already had a few people slide through before we officially announced it. Swish has been through. we had GMC and Kiddo. They came through. We got a track actually.
I actually know because
you know about that,
I've heard a little bit. Yeah.
Bro, that track slaps, right?
I like it, man. Yeah. You've got a whole like project coming out with that, aren't you? With you and GMC.
Yeah. How do you know that?
Just no shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
How does he know it?
GMC.
I don't want to say anything too much. We can cut shit out if you need to. But
I don't need to be here if you know all the shit that I'm doing. What am I doing there? Like, you can just tell everybody what's going on.
He knows shit, I guess.
Yeah, G tapped me up for a feature, and I sent it back to him. I didn't really rate what I was doing, innit? I was just like, whatever. No discredit to G because it was a dope track.
Yeah.
I was like, quick feature, boom, 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 put it up, boom. And he was like, bro, this is fucking heavy. Like, I want to redo my shit. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll redo mine then if you want to go at it like that. Anyway, we got in the studio together and we recorded another track and the energy and the chemistry was just there, man. It was just bouncing off each other, boom, 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 boom. I would rock up to the studio with my daughter and she's playing toys and playing video games and I'm just like, just freestyling the verse on the go, but spitting a bar, thinking about the next bar. All right, yeah, I got the next one, boom, boom, boom. And obviously Johnny Narcotics produced the whole tape and pieced it together. So it's kind of like an off-the-cuff EP that we've got, but it was built on chemistry and a sense of just a dope connection between all three of us. We just felt it. So that's a little project that it's done now, by the way. It's mastered. I've heard it back. And it's actually tight, so that'll be coming out soon. Gonna shoot a couple of videos and that. We got Kiddo on a verse as well, so that'll be dropping real soon.
I'm looking
Shout
forward to that.
Gang. Yeah, man.
They got some good stuff, and they got a chemistry just in themselves. They make a lot of music.
Bro, they've been working together for years, innit?
Yeah.
So they've already got that. And then you throw me in the mix, you get cement, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. And I see like you and GMC as like both bars as well, so like you feed off each other.
That's why I think the chemistry was there, innit? Because we both punchline dons, innit? I'm gonna blow my own horn a little bit. But I'm a punchline don. That's what I like to do. And I know that G does as well.
Yeah.
And G's always been one of my preferred rappers from Australia, and I've told him that from day one. He was probably one of my favourite MCs out here, based on the fact that he's very lyrical and he has content and he ain't just chatting shit, you know what I mean? So,
and he's been at it for ages, like GMC, like he could run back to like 09 and 2010 with like 360, you know?
Last year he dropped that song Buster, and I love that song. That was like my top 10 for it was a great song.
I'm heavy with G.
They're good stuff,
There we go.
So that's what we is anyway.
Yeah, man. How's it been dropping consistently now? Because like I see like, you know, with 2021 and even last year, like you wanted to drop a lot of music and it's been good, you know, for a lot of people.
Yeah, like I used to have the mantra of drop a single, drop a video, put an album out, drop a single, drop a video, put an EP out. And I felt like in this day and age now, and this is game for all the young artists that are coming through, your best friend at the moment anyway is probably Spotify, let's be honest. More fans are going to stream your shit than they're going to download it. And you want to try and aim for playlists. And when you're putting an album out, the likelihood of all them songs on the album getting on playlists is very, very minimal. So you're putting an album out, you might get 1-2 songs playlist, get mad traction, and then the rest of your songs slip under the radar. And some of them songs are dope, you know what I mean? So you just like, why would I put an album out and no one's gonna hear? Like, I'm not Lil Nas. I can't just put an album out, everyone's gonna download it. I'm not Takeshi 6ix9ine. I don't want to be that nigga anyway, but you know what I mean? You can't just put shit out and people are gonna gravitate to it if you don't have that sort of fan base. So the tactic behind me personally dropping singles is that every month I've shown consistency and it's a single that can be submitted for playlisting, and I've been quite fortunate. I don't know who the curator is at Spotify, but they fuck with me heavy, so they playlist like literally everything.
Almost every, pretty much every song, right?
I think one song that didn't get playlisted, which I'm not even mad at. It was whatever.
Yeah, which song was that?
Margin Boo. That was a recent drop, but I don't even mind about that. I made Margin Boo because I love Dragon Ball Z. Like, who wants to playlist Dragon Ball Z lyrics?
Fair enough.
But, you know what I mean? It's what it is. And that's my tactic behind the releases that I've been doing anyway. So consistently, month by month, or if not month by month, every 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, but how far back does the music go? Like, tell us about your early days in like UK and growing up.
Alright, so you gotta go there. Shit. Alright, so I got into music at the age of about 14, 15 because my brother I don't even know. My brother's Motley. He's a rapper out here in Australia. He's done a lot of stuff with Bliss and SO and 360 and that. He was on the music heavy back in the day, and he was getting offered deals by Sony and Warner at the time and touring with Nelly and Beyonce and Ja Rule. And I was a 14-year-old kid just chilling backstage with like people like Nelly and Ja Rule and Kelly Rowland and I was like, yo, this is a lit lifestyle.
And that's like the height of their careers, right? This
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Mid 2000s,
bro,
right?
early 2000s popular, you know what I mean? So, like, why am I going to school learning about science and maths and that when I could be on a tour bus with these guys? I still went to school. I'm not going to discredit that. Education is important, kids. But I got into music through my brother. But he was on that American rap, and I fell in love with grime. I felt, being a young, aggressive youth, I was more into, like, the 140 BPM sound, because you could get more aggression out. Personally, that's what I thought anyway. And I remember the first single I bought was Wiley's What Do You Call It? What You Call It Garage? What You Call It Urban? So that was like my start of my journey into being a musician. And it starts within your bedroom with your friends, messing around, being shy, write your lyrics on paper and that. And then it just transitioned from there. I was doing shows, I was putting out little mixtapes, I was hustling on street corners. After school, I'll finish school at 3:30 and I'll catch a bus to Market Street, which is like the prominent street in Manchester where all the hustlers are. And I would have my little CDs and I would sell them for like £5 or £4 or whatever anyone wanted to pay for my music. So I was on that hustle from early, like I'm talking 14, 15, 16 through till like college. And then I took a bit of time out because I went to uni. And then I graduated uni and my brother was like, yo, before you like hop into a job, come to Australia, let's make some music. I was like, yeah, whatever, I might as well. So I came over here and we started making some old Brothers Grimm boom bap rap type shit, because around that age I started falling in love with the heavy rap, the Wu-Tangs. I was a bit late with that, but the 90s stuff for me was hitting more heavier than the Crazy Titches and the Dizzy Rascals and the Wileys and all the Chipmunks and the Ice Kids. So I was on that boom bap wave and I made tracks like Arkid and This Is Sparta. And I don't know if you've even heard any of them.
I've heard Arkid and the meaning.
Yeah.
From a young coming from like Manchester. Yeah. It's like a nickname.
It's a Manx slang. Yeah. Arkid means like my brother. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Go chat to Arkid and see. You know what I mean? So I was on that boom bap rap, very heavy slang type shit, and from there, I was doing that for a few years, and then sort of wanted to get into the more R&B sounds, and obviously that's when I linked up with Swish and that. Me and Swish started putting out R&B records. So I transitioned from a grime artist to a 90s boom bap artist to an R&B artist, and obviously now my wave is more trap, clubby, what would you call it? Just kind of UK sounding. I'm not even gonna say drill because I'm not a drill artist. But I feel like my niche is very wide. I do what I want when I want. If I wake up and I'm angry, I'll make some real shit. If I wake up and I want to go out and party and whatnot, I'll make some party tunes. Like, you can't put me in a box. I make whatever I feel. Yeah. And no one can tell me nothing. So I'm a bit of a versatile artist in that respect. But that's been my journey, yeah.
Yeah, so what age did you come to Australia for the first time, and then when did you finally make your stay to be like, all right, I want to live here?
It's funny that you say that because I came and I never went home.
Ah, interesting.
I told my mum and dad, I said, I'm going to Australia to hang out with our Joe for a few weeks and I'll see you soon. They're like, yeah, all right, no worries, love you, see you soon. That was it. And then like 8 years later,
shit.
I had to call them and just say, look, I'm actually not coming home. But they were cool with that, man. Like, man's got to spread his wings and fly out the nest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what I did.
Okay, that's funny.
It's funny you say that because I have like an interesting memory where it did happen. You used to work at Genesis Gym and you signed me up for the gym there.
Thought I did. Yeah. You know what? It's funny that you say that. I saw you before. I was like, where do I know him from?
Ages ago, man. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. You know.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, oh damn. It's Rydah, you know?
It's mad,
then I saw, as soon as I started listening to your music like a couple of years ago, I'm like, Alex, I think I know this guy from somewhere, Like, it's crazy,
I don't promote that I make music outside of a musical environment because I am a very diverse person in the respect that I have a professional lifestyle, I'm a parent, so I've got fatherhood, and then I'm a rapper, the turn-up guy. So if you catch me in a professional environment, or if you catch me where I'm not trying to be Rydah, I'm just trying to be me, then that's what you'll get. And I'm not one of them guys where it's like, yo, check my music out. I live that lifestyle. Now it's just I'm around my music dons.
Yeah.
Then we're chatting about music. And if I'm in a professional environment, that I'm working, I'm hustling or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
that's
cool.
why you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I was like, that's crazy. But I'm like, are you still part of the fitness industry? Still?
Nah, bro, I don't work at the fitness industry
No?
no more. I still train in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't work in the fitness industry.
Okay.
People have been like, you should be a personal trainer, but it's like training myself and a couple of my dons that can keep up with me in it.
Yeah.
But that's why I am, man. So, yeah.
So corporate Rydah would be a completely different person to like artist Rydah, right?
Corporate Rydah has to tone it down just a touch of it. Corporate Rydah has to wear a suit on occasion and do it proper. But I like that lifestyle anyway because I'm a guy that I need mental stimulation or I start feeling dumb. Start feeling like I've lost a little bit of purpose. So for me, my day job is something that helps the brain take over. The brain's like your body, bro. You don't go gym, you're gonna lose your strength and stature. You don't educate or train your mind, you're gonna lose the intellect that you hold or the vocabulary. You know what I mean? So I like the stimulation on that side of things.
But in the corporate world, like, is it tricky to not get rid of the accent, but get rid of the slang? You know.
I mean, I could turn it off, but then I'm not being mean. You know what I mean? If I have to turn it off and talk, I will, but that's not me. In my relaxed environment, around my peers or around my guys, dons, music, whatever, I'm just the way I'm gonna be with my daughter, my fam, whatever. Yeah. But yeah.
Fair enough, man. Yeah, so I got an interesting question. Like, when you were in the UK and you were seeing the rise of grime, like, did you see grime and even like kind of future genres to be like, oh, UK is gonna be like a fucking hub of like worldwide content?
Absolutely.
Like,
I remember my dad used to say, "Don't do grime. You'll never make it as a grime artist. Do rap like your brother. Do more American sounding music." And I'm like, no. And I'm like, grime is gonna blow up. It's in its infancy, bro. Like grime at them times, grime had only been around for like 5 years or something. Like, you know what I mean? It took Tesla 10 years to become a stock worth what, $600-$800 how much it is now. So when something's infant, you got to have foresight and the ability to be able to see what it can become. And back then we had absolutely amazing artists pioneering the shit out of it. And unfortunately, they were dope and they had recognition, but the era and the time for them wasn't the best because it was in its infancy. But they paved the way and they knocked the doors down for the rest of the artists to come through and blow it up.
Yeah, and then make the accent cool.
Yeah,
because it was an accent battle for a long time in the UK.
Yeah, it was. To be fair, like, if you didn't have a southern accent, you weren't really accepted. It was all more of a London-based thing. If you didn't sound like a London artist, nobody really wanted to listen to your music. And then obviously,
Manchester's
we started kicking down doors because a few of our artists, like Shifty, Riggs, Liquid, all these old school Manchester dons that started kicking it down. And then Bugsy Malone just came along and went whack, do you know what I mean? And then just the floodgates opened for every other city. So yeah, man.
How do you feel about making music here compared to making his music back home? Because obviously you still have that strong sound of, of the UK accent. Do you ever think about how it would be different if you were to make music there, if you're collaborating with the artists there and hitting that market niche of like UK? I guess it's growing around the world, but it's still strongest there now. That's where like a lot of the money is. Yeah,
I feel like back home, there's a lot more collaboration going on, and there's a better sound. I'm just gonna be honest and say it sounds a lot better, and from the production to the engineering, everything's tighter. It's just like how America was 10 years ago compared to the rest of the world. There's shit on everyone in it, and now the UK have caught up, and now that's where they are. So if I was to go back home and make music, I'd get more of a cleaner package. But that's not to discredit anybody out here. It's just the fact that I think that they've just been doing it longer, and they just know more techniques around making music as a package and selling it. Over here, I still make dope music, and artists still make dope music, but the collaboration doesn't really occur as often. so you're not exposed to different ways of working. You've got your way of working, and that is that. And people come into your realm, and then they've got to try and work like you, but it might not, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for some artists, it might be difficult, and they might not get the best out of their sound.
Yeah.
For me, I was quite fortunate because I ran into Swish, and for me, Swish kind of understood my sound and the direction that I was going. Now, it's a matter of I'll send him a track, and he knows my pockets, and he can cut the beat or throw in tape stops or pitched vocals or stutter where he would think I would want it. Whereas other artists or other producers and engineers out here, they just don't know that. Yeah. But in the UK, it's kind of like we're all on the same page. We all get it. We all know the sound that we need. So the collaboration is reoccurring in England, and that's what I would say is a major difference with that.
Yeah, that's a solid answer, because like I also kind of see it as like I'm sure a lot more producers and engineers are doing it full time as opposed to a lot of people here in Australia. So like the talent level is obviously going to be better.
It's like playing Champions League. It's like playing Champions League football compared to like Division 1. You know what I mean? Yeah. But at the same time, you can still be a done player in Division 1. Yeah. So. But that's the difference in my opinion. I'm be real with you. So,
do you feel that? You know, you said the production level and the collaboration, and then they know the music by now because they've been working on it for a long time. Do you think that would elevate your music to go back home and make music from home, or you're just happy with the lifestyle that you live here and want to establish something here?
I am.
Does that ever tear you apart?
No, because. Like I said before, it's not just Rydah. There's different characteristics in me, and the one that I'm most drawn to and attracted to and get most enjoyment and love out of is being a parent. And for me, my daughter's here, I'm here. That's a closed book to me. Music can't ever compete with that. But obviously, if like I went home a few years ago for a holiday, and the first thing I did when I jumped off the plane was link up with a man and make music and shoot a music video, which you might have seen. Yeah,
the one with
Adrian and Remedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
how did I forget that?
It still beats in my veins, and there's a thirst and a hunger to if I'm ever in a situation where I could go home and do some stuff, then I'm gonna do it, because it's just for me effortless to link up with guys over there and get it popping. So, but as far as lifestyle, I'm here. I'm Aussie, you know.
It's a good lifestyle. We have a good lifestyle.
You guys
live a good
like,
life,
bro. You got comfy out here. Let me tell you that. Trust me.
Do you like the weather here?
I love the weather here. I don't like when it rains, and I don't like it in winter. But apart from that, the weather's banging, man. Yeah.
It's better than your mob's place. It's just grey.
Bro, I saw in the news today. Yeah, it was 24 degrees, and they were all tops off, beer cans, shorts. Like 24 degrees. That's a modest day over here.
It was news. It was news on this side of the world. 24. We're like, damn, 24 is like average day. Today's 24, and we're in autumn.
Trust me, I know. So I wouldn't swap the lifestyle, not for the music. I'm here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be a citizen soon anyways. I might as well be Aussie.
Yeah.
But that's me anyway.
Yeah. Even, I guess, for your brand and everything, like, you're kind of an Australian-based artist, even though you're from the UK. Like, you are Australian-based, so you're getting into the Australian playlists and, with the Australian media, like us. And
literally,
all that sort of stuff as well. So, you are getting groomed into, like, building up your career now, which is pretty cool.
I feel like even though I've got an accent, I am an Australian artist because my adult life has been lived in this country, and I have seen and experienced and witnessed shit in this country. So I'm talking from my perspective as a foreigner, but living in a land that is down under, you know what I mean? So I can't really chat about all the madness going on over there anymore.
Yeah.
I might chat about it every now and again in some records from memory of what I ran through back in the day, but more time, the shit going on over here. So
I hear that, because I'm the same. I grew up overseas and then came here when I was like 15, and I'd say I'm very Australian more than I am Kenyan now, because I've built up, like you said, a lot of experiences, and the part you've grown the most from this part of the world.
That's a beautiful thing, bro, because you're a man of the world, innit? I'm a man of the world. I'm a multicultural guy. My dad's black, my mom's white, I'm in the middle. I identify as a black man, but I'm a multicultural man. And for me, I remember people being like, "Oh, don't be a sellout, don't be a sellout." Well, what's a sellout? Because we're all the human race, and we're all one of one. And I'm as much Australian as I am English now.
Yeah. But what would those comments be in like reference to? Well, just what you claim to be, or things that you do?
Like I would go as far as saying people would say, yo, you're a sellout because you're making R&B music and you're from Oldham, Manchester. Like, why are you selling out? Why are you selling out for a bit of clout? And it's like, well, I can get clout from R&B. Yeah, sick. All right, show me where the clout's at. I'm making R&B because I like R&B music. You're mad, man. Like, so that would be one extent, and then the other extent would be like claiming Australia as my home. Sell out, bro. You're British. But it's like, I am British, but I'm also Australian.
What happens when you get your dual citizenship and you go to the US? Do you identify as Australian or as British?
When I go back home to UK?
No. If you go to the US and you do something there, do you identify as Rydah I'm Australian or Rydah I'm British?
I don't know. I suppose whatever passport I'm carrying at the time.
Well, you can get in with both pretty easily. Yeah. But like, let's say once you get into the country and like you're meeting people. And oh, you're from Australia. But you live in the UK. So are you Australian? Are you British? What do you?
Nah, I've patterned that one down already.
Yeah. What is it?
I'm never not gonna be British. However, I live in and Australia is my home.
Yeah.
I'm British. But Australia is my home.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never ever gonna deny my roots and my culture and my heritage. So it's Britain and England all day for me. I'm Barbados, but Australia is home. If anyone ever tells me to go back to my own country or go home, I am home, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So that's what it is for me anyway.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
It's interesting to me because, like, you talk about the R&B thing, and you obviously do trap music, but the most popular, UK genres at the moment are drill and Afro swing.
Yeah.
You've tapped into it a little bit, but still, like, your core is trap music and R&B. So, like, what's your reasoning behind it? I think it's just your love and your drive.
Yeah, I mean, like, first of all, trap music for me is energy, and I've got a lot of energy. And trap music is what I would consider the party culture as much as R&B is. It's just a different swing of the pendulum. But they're both music that make you want to dance or groove or vibe or turn up, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if you're turning up with a chick or you're turning up with a gang, them, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I feel like I fit in, because I'm not a turn-up king, but I enjoy being with friends and family and having nice vibes and good energy and dancing, and you know what I'm saying? But I also obviously do the Afro swing and Afro pop here and there. I haven't really done much drill. I mean, I've got a few records there that I drill. I haven't put them out yet, but you'll hear them. Actually, one came out with RQ, but you'll hear some of my drill shit. And I like it. I love it. And what I'm rapping about ain't too focused on splashing, man, slang, shooting, stabbing. It's reflections of what I witnessed and grew up and been around back home, but it's more of the party essence still, because I still think I carry that quite well. Yeah. But that's why I really haven't been able to tap into too much drill, because it's very heavily focused on the aggressive side of things. That I'm not really no longer a part of that. You know what I mean? I live a different lifestyle. Don't try me because I'll box your head in. But I'm not really that kind of rider no more. You know what I mean? So that's really why I haven't really touched on drill too tough. But it's coming though. Yeah, it's coming, man. I'm seeing a lot of kids out here that are making whack drill. I'm gonna have to just come through. Right. There's some good drill, but there's a lot of whack drill. Yeah, so come through it with proper then. Yeah, man. I'll come through. There you go. Yeah, because it's just so fascinating to me about with the UK culture. It's just like they'll take a genre and then they'll completely flip it and make it new. Like Afro swing is obviously derivative of the Afro beats in Nigeria, but you bring your own flair to it, and even the drill stuff that came from Chicago, but the Chicago stuff doesn't sound like the UK stuff, even down to the beats. It's completely different. And eventually, Australia will do the same thing. You'll find a sound and it will be morphed into your own sound. And I feel like possibly could be with drill. That's the most progressive sound I've heard out of this country so far is drill. And if Australia, especially the island community, can help transition that into a bit more of an Australian sound, that will be the next thing. It's already popular, but it's still infant, you know what I mean? Yeah. When Australia gets its niche and figures out its own little movement and sound, that's what's gonna happen. It's interesting. I think the closest thing to like an Australian sound is like the stuff that Hooligan Hef's is doing. Yeah. Where it's like mixing like trappy drill stuff with the house, or the gabba type music. Right? I don't mind him actually. Yeah. I don't like the dancing. I don't like his dancing. Fair enough. It does my head in that dance, man. I can't dance like that, me. But,
Yeah, me neither.
But his music's alright, man. It's got all the kids bopping in it.
It's great for the clubs.
And it's very Australian. Like, he's not hiding the fact that he's an Australian, which is dope because it's influenced if you remember a few other Australian artists that had an American sound. It's influenced them to now get back sounding Australian.
Yeah.
So it's bringing it all back central, which is dope. Don't matter if it's Gabba.
Yeah,
What we call it. EDM, house, funky techno.
Yeah.
It's got the Australian sound.
Yeah.
It's popping and it makes everybody else want to pull back in.
Yeah.
So
and it brings in so many different crowds. Obviously, like the lad
Yeah,
guys,
man. Yeah.
you know,
Trust me.
and then I guess, you know, his, you know, core audience, you know,
Yeah.
from like the Islander community,
Yeah.
like a lot of people actually enjoy it. So it's pretty cool to see from
Trust,
him.
man.
But
So, yeah.
I don't
Big
know
up
if I
him.
see it for like I definitely don't see it for every artist, and I don't know if that would be like a long-term thing for like Australian artists to get into. Like for him, it's really cool. And for other artists like the brothers, like it's a really cool sound. But I think there's other things that we can tap into.
You've got to have that sound to do that.
Yeah.
I actually just linked up with I don't know if you know a producer called Tyrone Happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
He
yes,
actually
yes.
just produced the Masked Wolf Astronaut in the Ocean. That's like the #1 song in the fucking world right now.
Right.
He produced that. Anyway, I linked up with him and we've got like it's kind of an EDM UK garage tune that's gonna be coming out soon. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this. He reached out to you? His label reached out to me.
Oh shit.
Yeah. His label reached out to me and wanted me. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say any of this, but whatever, innit? I'm my own guy. So they reached out to me.
But you actually already worked with him.
I'd already worked with Tyrone
with
on Horizon.
Horizon joint, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so we already had rapport.
Yeah.
And then his label hit me up and said, do you want to like look at some possibilities? So he got me in the studio with Tyrone, and me and him had mad chemistry just from the moment was in there, was talking about Pokemon cards and stocks and all this for about hours before we even touched music. And then it got a bit late. He was like, do you reckon we should make some music? I was like, yeah, probably. I'm already like 10 beers in.
Yeah.
And then you're on the beers. So we worked on like a dance EDM-y UK garage sound, and he's just got to polish that up, but that's going to come through and slap. So.
Yeah, and I could see that even having commercial appeal with his style of production, because he always tries to bring in that pop feel appeal to his beats. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Because then, like, whatever he produces, it just automatically crosses over.
He's got without doubt is, and I'm going to just put this on blast for the whole world to hear it, he's without doubt one of the most talented producers I have ever worked with, hands down. So he's definitely got his time coming up, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of already there, but like he can get bigger. Of course.
He's going places. He's going places. That kid, and he's so young as well. It's like I went in the studio. I was just like, he's like, what sound you want? I was like, well, probably UK garage, innit? And he's like, boop, 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 threw down a beat. He only put the drums down. I was like, yo, this is sick. Like, let me just rap on this. I rapped. As he's making the beat through the headphones, I couldn't even hear the beat because he had it in the headphones, not the speakers. But I was writing to it because I could hear the snare and the drum pattern. So I thought, I've got my pockets, that's all I need. So I wrote to the drum pattern. And then when he played it through the speakers and he had all the synth and all that, I was like, bro, this is mad. So I just pat him down and then, And
that blows me away because it's like, he's Aussie producer. Like, when has he ever produced garage, you know what I mean?
But he did. Off the bat.
Yeah.
So... yeah, man.
Yeah, because like I can't name any other like Aussie producer to be like, oh yeah, make not a grime track, make a garage track.
I can name one.
You know,
he's called Open Till Late. Have you heard of him?
No.
He's from Sydney and he makes a lot of Hooligan Hefts records.
Oh right.
I think he's signed to New Levels, which is Lazy J's label. Big up Lazy J as well. He's a don.
Yeah.
He is a dope producer as well. And I think that he could pattern down that sound as well. But apart from those two, I don't really know anybody, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's super niche, you know what I mean?
Very niche. But it could pop off out here.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Because, I mean, it kind of already popped off a little bit with Craig David back in the day.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. That's the sound that needs to be brought back over here. That'll go off in
Mix it with the R&B.
Could you imagine that in Levels or Cloud 9 or them little festivals there and that? Man, come on, bro. Mad. But So,
because even those Craig David records from back in the day, they're timeless, man.
Craig David, 3, 8, 1.
Yes. Yeah. And even Fill Me In's like a little bit garage, like within the drums.
Me and Adrian remixed the Craig David song. Can't remember which one it was, but
7 Days.
Was it 7 Days? I don't know if it was 7 Days. We remixed one of them and put it on the album anyway.
Okay.
It was cool. but we could have done a better job with it. I think we just used it as a filler track. You know, when you make an album, it's like, all right, I've got 7 tracks. I reckon I need 2 more. Let's just pattern something down, boom, boom.
Right.
But yeah, we did that sound, and from doing that sound, I thought, yeah, I want to get into more garage shit. Yeah, definitely.
For sure. We'll speak on that album actually in particular because like that broke a couple of numbers, right? Like
it did.
I mean, over 1 million streams collectively on the album. Like talk about the creation for that and the aftermath from it.
Yeah, the creation came about from just the chemistry, me and him getting in the studio, having a bop and a vibe, and coming out with an EP, and then the EP went out and did really well. It was like, bro, why stop here? Let's do an album. So by the time we released the EP, we'd already recorded like 4 songs from the album. And if you remember, we were putting back-to-back videos out from the album. We had Lizzie that went a bit viral when Jake Paul put it on his vlog, and
Iron Bass put it up as well.
Yeah, they did it as well. And then we did Coca and Aline, which was like a trap song, and that got a bit of play. That actually got one of our first playlist spots. And then did the video in England. So it was a good time to put an album out because the singles were doing really well. So we dropped the album, boom, did a event, and then one of the songs on the album got picked up by a bunch of playlists and went on like the viral playlist, New Zealand viral playlist, Australia. It was called Let You Know, bit of an R&B record. And that literally just took off, and then obviously the stream started filtering down from that. And it went to #1 on the iTunes charts for Australia for like a week or something.
Yay.
And we just caught that buzz, that wave, just had to feel good. And off the back of that came a lot of opportunities to tour and gig, and we did shows in Melbourne, and we did a show in Sydney. Like, they flew us up, we did that, and it was just a good feeling, bro, to just have a product, nurse it from its infancy. Like, you're seeing the skeletons of the track, you're watching the beat get made, and you're putting down raw vocals, and it's all in-house. Me and Adrian. And he's making the beats, and I'm writing hooks and this and that. And it comes from a vision to sitting at #1 on iTunes, and it's like, it makes you feel like it was your baby that you nurtured into its adolescence, and then you sent it off in the world to do its thing. Yeah. So it gives you a good kick, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and that Let You Know track will probably like hit 1 million like sometime soon now,
I reckon,
right?
So, probably this year, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just I was saying to Adrian behind the scenes, like, I'll get your opinion on this. Like, do you think like you get into any trouble because it does sample 2 records, old school records? Like, if it gets, like 1 million, okay, you're probably not going to touch into like any hot water or whatever. But if it gets into like 10 or plus whatever, like who knows? Like,
so we thought, okay, what if this happens? So we covered our asses by, firstly, we recreated the whole beat. We didn't just snatch a sample and chuck it in the mix. Adrian played it from scratch. So that's the way we navigated that. Secondly, I just don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. It's my music, our music that we made, and if we've used your little little loop, I recreated it. So what, come out as whatever, I don't care, man. But you have to really be making mad waves to be noticed by them kind of people. Like, what the way getting sued works for music is they can't take what you don't have.
Correct, yeah.
So what they're gonna take from us? What does 1 million streams transition into? Like, I'm not really gonna talk on that, but you know what I mean? Come for it, have it if you want. Peanuts, take it. I got that for you right outside in the car, you know what I mean? Whatever. So they're not gonna bother. But like you said, when you start making noise and shaking rooms and getting millions on millions, then maybe they might try and come for something. But not to undermine mine and Adrian's work, because I think we're really great artists, but I didn't ever think that record was going to blow up to them kind of levels anyway. It blew up, which I'm happy about, but not to the attention where someone's knocking on Ja Rule's door like, yo, Ja, got these guys, man, they made this song, man. right. I didn't think that, so I just ran with it, you know what I mean?
Right. And also, like, I kind of, I have this theory, and I mean, you can't prove it to be true, whatever, but after your song came out, Steph London and Gecko released Link Up. and they sampled it the same way.
Did they?
And the drums are around about the same sort of progression as well. Yeah, bro. It's only in a different key. It's like one semitone down. But
it's
but
weird.
it's like I play it back to back, and it's so similar.
It's weird because I have found, and this is no word of a lie on my mama's, that I've put a song out now, I've remixed something, and then a few weeks or months later, somebody else does the same thing. Mm-hmm. I just started working on a remix to Cisco's Fong song, which is gonna slap. And then Chip from the UK uploaded a drill version, and I'm like,
nice. I haven't heard that actually.
Scratching my head thinking people are gonna think I'm a bit chick now. It's not even like that. I'm still gonna put a song out because aforementioned, I don't give a fuck. But it's for me, it's like I've experienced it a few times, but I just think it's like it's gonna happen. How many artists are there in the world? Millions of us. How many dope, immaculate songs are there? Not that many. If we're gonna sample something, we've only got a small bucket to pick from. Someone's gonna follow it down the line somewhere. And it's whatever, man. There's no two same artists, really, is there? So as long as you got your own spin on it, it don't bother me too much.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and like even if you I guess later down the line and it gets like crazy views, like it actually might turn into like a positive the same way I look at like a Juice WRLD situation.
For sure, man.
If I'm not too sure if you're familiar, but yeah, he got the Lucid Dreams track, it blew up, but then, got sued by Sting. But that built his career though, that track. Look, it's like, he got sued and Sting's taking most of the money for that track, but he's been able to make millions off his other tracks.
Exactly, bro. Like, I don't mind, man. If that was the case, I'll chat with Jarby. I'll sit down with Jar, like, yo, Jar, man, chill. Come on. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Anyway, but we'll see what happens, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what's funny though? Songs are blowing up like years later. Look at Trap Queen, Fetty Wap. Look at like Mass Wolf song, Astronaut in the Ocean. Tyrone made that like 2 years ago, and it's just blowing up now, so who knows?
On some TikTok stuff or something else?
I think it was a TikTok movement that took over, innit? So,
normally is the case.
Yeah, but and the vibes in it, you gotta keep up with the times.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta evolve and transition or get left behind, so whatever.
Are you active with that a little bit when you're in the studio? Like, that's a TikTok bar.
Bro, not really, but I have noticed and I have felt that I am gonna do a bit of a run where I dumb my material down. Like, I'm saying a lot in my raps. And I'm trying to be witty and metaphorical and have these double entendres and shit. But I feel like the TikTok movement isn't really that right now. And I'd like to dumb my content down a little bit so people can hear what I'm saying and catch a vibe to it. So, which brings me to my next point. I've actually started working on a solo project. I'm like 4 tracks in right now, and I think 2 of them are on that vibe. They're very paced down and hear what I'm saying, and they've got a little bit of a bop and a swing to it. So we'll see what that realm has for me. I'm not really one of the kids no more, so I don't really know how to operate TikTok. I've got an account. I uploaded a couple of things, but it's whatever, innit?
Yeah, fair enough.
With the times.
Yeah, would you be interested in going through like some of your lyrics? Because like listening to your track Savage, I'm just like, the first time like I heard it, I think Adrian showed it to me, and I just started laughing just listening to your verse.
Yeah.
I'm like, like it actually matches like the song title, because like the lyrics are just fucking crazy, bro.
I pride myself on having them witty, funky, funny lyrics. I mean, they're not always laughable, but it's like, what I'm saying is my shit needs to make sense. Whether I'm talking about girls, or I'm talking about jewelry, partying, it's just got to make sense. And it's got to make sense by drawing the listener in.
Yeah.
There's no point in me just putting a lyric in there just because it rhymes. It's got to have a continuation. And if you look at some of my lyrics, if you go away from here and check some of my songs out, bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, bar 4, bar 5. Bar 5 might relate to bar 3. Bar 6 has an extension of bar 3 and 4. It's like a continuation of a story.
Yeah.
And that's how I write me. So, but the new stuff, shit. You want me to what lyrics? Like come fuck with the Taurus. Come tell me my dick is enormous. Like that shit's fucking hilarious. Yeah, literally. That's what I'm saying. It's all witty. And the album as well that I've started recording. That's got a lot of that in. It's witty, but it's stripped back a little bit so you can hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's still gonna have punchlines and stuff in, but I'm focusing more on pulling the whole thing back.
Yeah.
I'll need to say less. That's what I found.
Yeah.
Not only because I want to, but I feel like I am an underrated rapper. I feel like I'm really underrated, and the reason why I think that is because
You posted that on IG recently.
yeah, I did recently. Yeah. I actually just posted that. So I posted a question: who's the most underrated rapper in Australia? I just wanted to know because I wanted to work with that person. I wanted to get some responses, see who's underrated, and go work with them. And then everyone's response was me.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh shit, that backfired, but I'm gonna post it anyway. So yeah, I think I'm underrated because the stuff I'm saying. No, it's going over people's heads. It's not rocket science. I'm not chatting Elon Musk, bro. I'm just rapping and giving good ass content that's relatable. 4, 3, 5 bars down the track. Come back to it, but it goes over heads and people don't really want to hear that. They want to dance, they want to groove, or they want to TikTok dance. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't made much of that. But when I strip it back, like for instance, the UK garage and EDM track I did with Tyrone, when you hear that, you're gonna hear the wittiness, but it's stripped back into a nice came through gripping the mic, they're like, whoa, like which guy, look at the Bible, slide home. Hold on, so I'm in the booth with my bros, Grey Goose sipping the juice in my throat. It's like it's just more focused on the cadence as opposed to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm chatting Macca, bro, but it's the cadence. Came through gripping the mic, they're like, whoa, which girl, look at the Bible, slide home. It's the cadence and the pattern that I think he's gonna draw the listener in. And I'm trying to do that with most of my music these days. So
Yeah, I feel that, man. Oh, that's really solid, man. Yeah, did you want to talk about like your gym regimen? Because like
gym regimen.
Yeah. Because like I see you heavy in the gym and you're always looking fucking buff. You know what I mean?
I just did legs today, actually. Oh yeah, I did legs today. I'm thrashed in it. I was walking up them stairs before. I thought, fucking hell, it's just difficult.
Yeah.
I've actually got to go and pour concrete later as well, so that's going to be a task.
What, later tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, I've got to help my brother out, innit? But,
Fair enough.
Gym's part of my lifestyle, bro. Gym has been with me since I was 15, 16, and I'm at a stage now where it's like if I don't go to the gym, I start to feel a bit crappy. Like it's just like oxygen to me. I don't froth it and thrash it and have a strict diet and weigh my food like all these gym heads, but I enjoy going to the gym, lifting heavy, seeing the progression, feeling good, and going home exhausted and having a nice kip. You know what I mean? It's part of my life. It's who I am. I'll be a gym head, a moderate gym head for the rest of my life. And my dad's like 64 and he's a gym head. You know what I mean? He don't go a day without going gym, but he's not a massive unit. He just maintains, and it's good for lifestyle. It prolongs health. You know what I mean? Helps you flush out toxins and. That's where I'm at with that. And my routine is pretty much Monday to Friday. I'll do 2 days a week cardio, so I'll get my boxing in the morning. And then I'll go after work and do weights. And on the weekends, I eat what I want, drink what I want on occasion, and just relax. Because I don't want to put too much pressure on myself in anything. That's with work, with music, with gym. Why? I just want to enjoy life. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But that's my routine, man. You should come train with me one time, innit?
All right, sure. Yeah.
Get on the bench.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I need to hit in, bro.
This guy he went all right, man. But
yeah. How long did you last at the gym?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. I'm always on and off.
He was there for a minute. Yeah, I was watching it.
I was there for a while. I was doing it. I give up on it. I'll stay like a good month or two, and then I'll be like, maybe not this time.
Yeah.
And then I just give up, and then
I got to ride that bike when I'm on it, man. I can't come off it. But some people do it, and then they step off, and then they step in. It's just like finding that level of balance and stay consistent.
Eventually, I feel like you need a good routine. It's nice to have a routine if you're doing gym, you know. If you don't have a routine, if your life's all over the place.
Yeah, man. I drilled it into myself so much that now if I don't go on a day that I'm supposed to go, it hurts me. I hate it. It's part of life. It's like going to work. You have to go to work. I have to go gym. And when you get over that bridge, that's when it becomes part of your cycle and you'll make it work for you. Yeah.
And how'd you fare during COVID? Like, how was your home,
You know what? I was actually lucky. There was this kid down the road from me who I met him at the gym, and he had a home set up. He was a gym head. He went out and bought all this gear, and he was like, yo, come and train in my garage. So that's where I was at for COVID. I had a gym set up in a garage. I was actually hitting PBs over there. I was hitting 165 on bench. I got my deadlift up to like 190. Squat was at 170. I was going hard because it was just me and him in the garage, and it was just like there's not much to do. There's no chicks to look at. It's like, can't walk off to the fountain and have a little sip. You're just literally banging weights out. So I was hitting it heavy over COVID, and then gym's open and I slacked off a little bit again, but it's whatever, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, still do it, so yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure so many people just slacked off, you know, with COVID, like.
Bro, yeah. I thought I was gonna be one of them guys, man, coming in looking like a stick or a rake.
Yeah.
With a fucking beer belly and that. I actually was quite lucky. Without that kid, we don't chat no more, but whatever, innit. Without him, I would have lost a bit of. My mental health wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah. Right. No, that's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I guess, speak on, you know, you mentioned your daughter before. Like, speak on, you know, raising a family here in Melbourne. Like, how's that been for you, like, over the years?
I love it. I'm a single parent. I have me and my daughter's mum have I would say it's a amicable understanding. We co-parent. So my daughter lives with me half the time. And we've got a beautiful relationship. She's my little double. And she loves what I do. She loves being around music. She wants to rap and sing. She comes to the studio with me. She gets on the mic. I went from having a child, I just thought, yo, this was my destiny. This is who I am as a person. This is what I want to do with my life. I want to raise this girl and give her the world and kick down as many doors as I can for her. And she's been brought up to know that she's half black, and that comes with my culture and my heritage, and you know, introduce her to the Caribbean side of things. And I'm taking her back to England this year once COVID's over, so she can meet my family and see life in England. And yeah, man, the relationship's blessed. Like taking her to Melbourne Storm game on Friday and just do all mad stuff with her. She's literally like me. She's a child version of me. Personality. A few people who are gonna watch this podcast will have met her, and they will hear what I'm saying when I say she is an extrovert and she is a people person, and she loves to try new things and meet new people and be a part of something. And she's very, very lovely kid. Yeah,
definitely.
Can't talk highly enough about her. But yeah, you'll know when you have your kid one day. You'll know what I'm talking about.
For sure. I mean, I asked DJ Smiles, you know, about his relationship, you know, with his family and bringing up and things that he's learned as being a father, and he answered like his drive and his focus was like a lot more intensive, like also scheduling and that sort of stuff. So what about for yourself, like things that you've learned being like a father now? Yeah,
I've learned that when you want to get out of the door, you got to give yourself an extra hour. Definitely. But now, all jokes aside, I've learned that I'm not just doing something for me no more. There's a purpose behind it. It's like whatever I do, I have to think of my daughter, and it's got to be done in a constructive way that it's going to benefit both of us. Can't just be about me. But that's good because it makes me feel like a less self-centered guy, and it opens my mindset and my mind frame to broader horizons. When I'm working and I'm not really in the mood, it's like I have to be, because I've got a daughter to look after. I've got to maintain the income, got to keep the pockets heavy, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to give her a lifestyle that any kid would dream of, and that requires, in this day and age, financial stability. And if you can get it, financial freedom, and that's what I'm working towards, because I've got this little one that's riding for me. You know what I mean? So in terms of structure, I'm definitely a lot more organised, and I've got a lot more focus than I used to. So that's probably the positive side of having a child as well, as well as the relationship that you can, you know, have with them. But yeah.
Yeah, and how do you get through the tough days then?
Tough days? There are no tough days with my kids. But good. Yeah, they're all blessed, all beautiful, blessed days. But like, if we're going to touch on the subject of tough days, I have had issues in the past where I've been mentally unhinged and stressed, and I've been through bouts of anxiety and just feeling a little bit a lack of self-worth, and it gets you right down. Like, with anybody who suffered any form of mental issues or depression would know what I'm talking about. And the only way really to get out of that is by, one, don't keep it to yourself, speak to somebody about it. Like, if I'm going to advocate for mental health, I will do. Speak to somebody about it, because that's what I did. I had a good support group that I was able to communicate with. And not only speak about it, but plan your escape. Like, the worst thing you can do if you're suffering from any form of mental stresses is to just sit in it and think that it's the be all and end all. You have to plan your escape and look for, all right, what am I going to do next? How do I get out of this? What's the next step? And that's what I was pretty good at, having that structure, because I had a daughter that needed me to be at my best and to reach my pinnacle. I had to get out of that little funk that I was in, you know what I mean? So I was able to elevate my way out of it there. So yeah, anybody that's going through some shit, hang tight, man. It's not the end of the world, you'll get through it.
Yeah, it's definitely important to seek help for that. So
seek help. Beyond Blue, there's got numbers out there for suicide prevention. I've lost friends to suicide, so I'm a bit of an advocate for that.
Yeah,
I recently did a fundraiser actually on my birthday for Beyond Blue. So thank you to everybody that contributed to that as well.
Yeah. When's your next birthday then? So we can send through something.
Next February, you missed the ball.
Oh, far out. Yeah. Well,
I'll remind you though. Don't worry.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll tap you guys up.
Yeah. Happy to help out with that
man,
sort of stuff.
easy.
Man, we've really enjoyed this chat, man. I want to ask you if there's anything else you want to leave us with before we wrap things up.
To be honest, not really, other than I've got a single coming out probably next month, probably in the next 5 weeks. That's probably going to be with GMC, Kiddo, and Adrian Swish.
Yeah.
And then you might get a album, EP from me and G in the next couple of months with a couple of videos. So stay tuned. We're going to be dropping quite a lot of content this year.
Yes, that's sick, man. Well, drop your socials. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Rydah_UK, Instagram. Don't really F with Facebook too tough, but it's Rydah either way if you want to follow me on there. But I'm mainly on Instagram. A little bit of TikTok here and there. Rydah_UK. So
there we go.
Easy.
We can find us, man.
So you can find us at therealmelbourne.com. You can find podcasts, playlists, MIXSHOWS. God, I forgot what else we have. I think that's it.
I wasn't listening, so
Listen to this guy, bro.
yeah, I think you got it, bro.
And yeah, you can follow us at @TheRealMelbourne_ on Instagram. Come check out our stuff. That's where we post a lot more than anywhere else. Check out YouTube as well if you want to see the full podcast.
Full video. Come on, HD 4K, bro.
Yeah, we're doing good stuff on YouTube. So jump on and show us some love. But thanks for coming, Rydah.
Well, anytime, man.
It was a great chat. Appreciate the environment, love one another, and last but not least, be grateful before you go.
For sure.
Thank you so much, guys. Cheers.